Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NFL 2024 season, Week 18 prediction. Well, tomorrow we'll start the Week 18, the last week of the NFL 2024 regular season. So, for that reason, I'm going to talk about the games that we will play, the prediction, and the prediction. So let's start. Well, remember that in each conference there is six teams qualify, and the AFC there is only to see who is going to win the AFC North and the last wild card spot, and in the NFC is in play the NFC North, and the winner of the division is going to win the number one set in the NFC, and which team is going to win the NFC South. So let's talk about with my prediction. Well, tomorrow we'll start the week 18 with two games. To remember that the exciting of this last week is that all the games are divisional games. Well, tomorrow we will have two games. The first game will be between the Baltimore Ravens against the Cleveland Browns. This game will be played at 16:30 Eastern time. Remember that the last week the Ravens played in the Christmas Day, and they didn't have a problem, defeated and humiliated the Houston Texas. So, and the Cleveland Browns the last week wait a minute, they lost against the Dolphins 3-20. In this moment, the Ravens only need to win this game to win the AFC North, or lose, and that Steelers lose against the Bengals to win the AFC North, and the Browns are eliminated. So remember that these two teams play in the they play in the week 8, where the Browns did a surprise and defeated the Ravens 29-24. So I think that this will be different, because the Ravens are one of the best team in the league. So I think that the Ravens won't have a problem. They will win this game by 14-point difference, and they will win the AFC North, unfortunately. And in the tomorrow's second game, my Pittsburgh Steelers will receive the Cincinnati Bengals and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and 20 o'clock Eastern time. Remember that the last week my Steelers play on Christmas Day, where unfortunately they lost against the Kansas City Chiefs by 19-point difference, and the Bengals defeated in overtime the Broncos 30-24. In this moment, the Steelers need to they clinch a spot to the playoff, but they need to win and wait that the Ravens lost to win the AFC North, something complicated. And the Bengals still have possibilities to enter to the playoffs. They need to defeat the Steelers and wait that the Broncos and Dolphins lost their games respectively to qualify to the playoffs. This looks very complicated. Remember that these two teams play in the week 13, where the Steelers travel to Cincinnati and defeated the Bengals 44-38. The Steelers haven't been playing a very great football, especially in the defense side and the offense, where the Russell Westbrook has made a lot of mistakes, and for that reason, the Steelers have a three straight losses. So I think that the Steelers are going to recover for this game, because they will play in home, and they will have they will have 10 days to prepare this game. So I think that this will be a close game, but in the end, the Steelers, I think, they're going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference, but they are not going to win the AFC North, and the Bengals are going to be eliminated. And the next Sunday we'll have the rest of the 14 games, where we'll have 6 games that will be played. 13 o'clock Eastern time. The first game, the Atlanta Falcons will receive the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta, Georgia. The last week, the Atlanta Falcons wasted an important opportunity, where they traveled to Washington D.C. and they lost against the Commanders in the overtime, and now they don't control his destiny. And the Carolina Panthers, the last week, they traveled to the south to Florida, to the south of the country, and they lost against the Buccaneers, where they were humiliated, where they lost by 34 points difference. Remember that these two teams play in the week 6, where the Falcons traveled to Carolina and had an easy game, and they defeated by 38 by 20. So the Atlanta Falcons need to win this game and wait that the Buccaneers lose his game to win the NFC South and qualify to the playoffs To be honest, I think that this will be a close game, but in the end, I think that the Falcons are going to win this game by 7 or more point difference. But I think that because the Buccaneers are going to defeat the Saints, they are going to be eliminated. In another divisional game, another divisional game, the the Tennessee Titans will play against the Houston Texans. Remember that the Titans are eliminated and the Houston Texans won their division 3 weeks ago. So there is nothing to play in here. Remember that these two teams play in the week 12, 12. So the Titans did a surprise and defeated traveled to Texas and defeated the Texas 30-27. I think that the Texans are going to put bench player because they won the AFC South. So I think that the Texans are going to win this game by 7 or more point difference. In another game, the Philadelphia Eagles will play against the New York Giants on Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Remember that the Eagles locked the number one set in the NFC, and they don't have anything to play. And the New York Giants have nothing to play. They need to lose this game and wait that the Patriots win their game to clinch the number one NFL pick 2025. So remember that the Eagles have nothing to play, so they are going to bench the players. So I think that even for that, I think that the Eagles are better team than the Giants. Well, remember that in the week 7, the Eagles traveled to New York and they had an easy game and they won it by 25-point difference. So I think that this will be a closer game, but I think that in the end, the Eagles are going to win this game by more than 10-point difference. In another game, the Indianapolis Colts will receive the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Indianapolis. Both teams are eliminated. Two of the worst team in the league. The last week, the Colts traveled to New York and they were humiliated by the Giants, and because they lost this game, they were eliminated, and the Jaguars defeated the Tennessee Titans, where two teams had nothing to lose. So there is not much to talk about this game. Two teams that are eliminated. I think that the Colts are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. And in another game, the Dallas Cowboys will receive the Washington Commanders and Dallas. Remember that the last week, the Dallas traveled to Philadelphia and they were humiliated where they lost by 34-point difference, and the Commanders defeated the Falcons in overtime to clinch a spot to the playoffs. So remember that there is not much to talk about this because there is nothing much to in game. The only is that the Commanders need to win this game and wait that the Packers and the Packers don't win this game to clinch the number one set. So I think that the Commanders are gonna to win this game by 7 or 10 point difference, but they are not gonna to clinch the number one set. And in another game, the Green Bay Packers are gonna to play against the Chicago Bears and Green Bay, Wisconsin. Remember that the Packers clinched a spot to the playoffs, and the Bears were eliminated like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Remember that. Sorry. The the last week the Packers lost against the Vikings by 2 point difference where they couldn't compete in the fourth quarter. The beginning of the fourth quarter they were trailing by 10 point difference, but in the last minutes of the fourth quarter they put the motion, but they couldn't win this game. The Bears are one of the worst teams in the league. They lost the last Thursday night football against the Seahawks. About this game, the Packers, I think they need to win this game and wait that the Commanders lost their game to clinch the number one set. I think that the Packers are going to win this game, but because the Commanders are going to win it, the Packers are going to finish in the number 1-7 in the wild card in the NFC. The Packers are going to win this game by more than 10 point difference. And in another game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will play against the New Orleans Saints and Tampa Bay, Florida. Remember that the Buccaneers need to win this game to clinch a spot to the playoffs, and the Saints are eliminated. So I think that the Buccaneers won't have any problem. They will play home and they control his destiny. The Buccaneers are going to win this game by more than 14-point difference. They're going to win the NFC South and they're going to clinch a spot to the playoffs. In another game, the New England Patriots will receive the Buffalo Bills, and New England in New England. in New England, Massachusetts. I think so. Remember that the Patriots are in this moment the worst team in the league. They clinched. They have the number one NFL draft pick of the 2025, and they need to lose this game to get the number one position. And the Buffalo Bills clinched the number two set in the AFC, so they don't have anything to play. So I think that the Bills are better team than the Patriots, and I think that the Bills are going to win this game by 7 or more point difference. And the games that will be starting in the second shift at 16:25 Eastern time will have 5 games. The first game, the Las Vegas Raiders will receive the Los Angeles Chargers in Las Vegas. Remember that the last week the Raiders defeated the Saints by 15-point difference, and the Chargers traveled to the northeast and humiliated the Patriots 40-7, and they clinched a spot to the playoffs. So there is nothing to play in this game. So I think that the Chargers are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. In another game that there is nothing to play, the Arizona Cardinals will play against the San Francisco 49ers and Arizona. Remember that the last week the Cardinals traveled to Los Angeles and they lost against the Rams, and the 49ers received the Detroit Lions and they lost in the Monday Night Football. There is nothing to play in this game. So I think that the Cardinals are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. In another game, the Denver Broncos will receive the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning champion team, and Denver, Colorado. Remember that the Broncos need to win this game. It's a must to win this game if they want to clinch a spot to the playoffs. And the Kansas City Chiefs clinch or lock the number one set in the AFC, and they don't have nothing to play. Remember that they will play with the bench players. So I think that the Broncos will take advantage of that, and the Broncos are going to win this game by 7 or 10 point difference, and they will clinch the number one seven in the AFC. And in the last game of the last game in the second shift, the Los Angeles Rams will receive the Seattle Seahawks and in Inglewood, California, and the SoFi Stadium. There is nothing to play here because the Los Angeles Rams clinched the NFC West, and I think that they have the number one set, the number three set, and the Seattle Seahawks were eliminated the last week, where they defeated the Chicago. So I think that this will be a close game, but in the end, the Rams are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. And in another game, the New York Jets will receive the Miami Dolphins and New Jersey in the MetLife Stadium. Remember that the Jets were eliminated in the first 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the Dolphins need to win this game and wait that the Broncos don't defeat the Chiefs to qualify to the playoffs. It looks very complicated because the Broncos will play against the Chiefs bench players, and another bad news is that the Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins quarterback, is not going to play by a hip injury. So I think that even that Tua Tagovailoa is not going to play, I think that the Dolphins are going to win this game by 1 or 3 point difference. And the game that will close the week 18 and the regular season, in the best game of the week, the Detroit Lions will receive the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit, Michigan. Remember that the last week, both teams won their game respectively. The Lions defeated the 49ers by 6 point difference. They traveled to the West Coast, and the Vikings had an easy game and defeated the Packers by 2 point difference. This game is in game the NFC North, the best division in this moment in the NFL, and the number one set in the NFC. So I think that this will be a close game. Remember that the Lions defeated the Vikings in the week 7 with a field goal. This was a tremendous game, so I think that this will be a close game, and in the end, I think that the Lions are going to win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. They're going to win the NFC North, the NFC North, and they're going to clinch the number one set in the NFC. So in this video, I got my prediction about the last week in the NFL 2024 season, the playoffs scenarios, and the teams that are going to win their divisions, and the teams that are going to clinch a spot in the playoffs. So let's see how many games I am right in the end of the week. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments or suggestions, you can write me in any of my social media platforms. So see you next video. Gibran.